Hey, welcome. Listen, parasites are gross. And if you will give me about 13 minutes of your time, I'm going to talk about why we all have them, but more importantly, what to do about them. So there's three reasons why you need a parasite cleanse. Number one is parasites are gross. You literally have parasites inside of your gut right now that are robbing your nutrients from you. They're living there rent free. We need to get rid of them. Hey, number two, they stop the absorption of nutrients. If you have a New Year's resolution of losing weight and feeling the best that you've ever felt, there's a good chance that these parasites are actually eating your nutrition and keeping them from you. And then, of course, number three, parasites in your gut are going to slow or stop your weight loss, even if you are taking medication. So if you want to feel the best you've ever felt, you've got to take these things into consideration. Here's some other reasons why you need to stick around for the next 13 minutes. I'm about to give you answers to number one, chronic fatigue, why it is you're much too young to feel this damn old. Number two is brain fog. Number three, gut symptoms. Number four, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Number five, hormone imbalances. Number six, if you feel like your doctor's not listening to you and they say something like it's all in your head, stick around for the next 13 minutes and I'm going to share with you some solutions to this. So let's go. Here is a fascinating statistic. You know your body is made up of trillions and trillions of cells. That's what actually makes up your tissue. But for all of those cells, you have 10 times more bacteria in your gut than you have cells. That should tell you how important these bacteria are to natural metabolic processes, to our own health, even to our neurochemistry, because a lot of those neurochemicals are made by these bacteria. So with that in mind, here is the definition of what we call dysbiosis. It is an imbalance of microbial communities within the gut, skin, digestive tract, and even the nasal mucosa, and the lungs. Disruption of this can lead to a myriad of health problems. What I need you to remember here is we are talking about microbes, we're talking about parasites, we're talking about yeast, but the take-home message is this. Bad gut bugs eat your nutrients and poop toxins. So the food that you are eating that's supposed to provide your body with fuel, those gut bugs are eating those nutrients and they're pooping out toxins that are blocking your system. Good gut bacteria, on the other hand, good gut bugs eat toxins to help cleanse you out, and then they poop nutrients that your body can use as fuel. So what I'm saying is the bad guys are literally robbing you of your nutrients. So here's a cool study that I found that links dysbiosis to obesity, heart disease, cancer, irritable bowel disease, diabetes, both type 1, type 2, liver disease, autism, and HIV, all from gut disruption, making these problems worse. So there are three types of dysbiosis. These are the three types of imbalances. There's bacterial overgrowth that we'll get into. There's parasitic infections that we'll talk about. And then there's yeast overgrowth. And the issue is antibiotics only make these problems worse. In fact, antibiotics are one of the main causes of these problems. So here's the signs and symptoms. Of course, digestive issues, that should be a no-brainer. Fatigue, dysbiosis can contribute to nutrient malabsorption. They can eat those nutrients and cause you to drop your energy levels. Mood changes, there's direct correlations between anxiety and depression and gut dysfunction. Skin issues, your skin is literally a filter. What your gut can't clean out, it's going to push it out through your skin and cause things like eczema, rosacea, acne, etc. Immune system dysfunction. If you have constant illnesses, it's because your immune system is dysregulated because of this gut disruption. My opinion is that this is why COVID was so bad in our country. They can cause neurological issues, including brain fog, memory loss, neuropathy, migraines, and seizures. Joint pain is a big one. Autoimmune flares, people that have a tendency to have flares with their autoimmune conditions. Anal itching. And the crazy thing is, all of these symptoms can be worse during a full moon. Ask any healthcare provider in an ER setting, any person that works in corrections in a jail, they will tell you people are crazy when there's a full moon, and it's because of this disruption. Parasites get crazy with full moons. So here's the causes. Number one, the most common cause, antibiotic use. You take an antibiotic, it kills all of your normal bacteria, and it allows the bad stuff to flourish and grow. Number 2 is diet. Processed foods, the standard American diet, sugars, etc., are all going to make the problem worse. Chronic stress leads to disruption in your microbiome. Environmental toxins, including pollutants, and just the things that we have in our environment can make them. Pets, man, we love our pets. These are my dogs. Hey, pets are nasty. We love them, but they nasty. They're going to cause exposure to some of these issues. Travel to third world countries, that's a big one, especially go drink the water. You shouldn't do that because you're going to bring home some sort of parasite that's going to cause dysbiosis. So here are the 3 types. Number 1, this is true bacterial overgrowth. You have good bacteria, you have bad bacteria. When you take an antibiotic, the good bacteria is killed off, the bad bacteria flourishes, and we get into a dysbiotic relationship. And unfortunately, just taking a probiotic, it does help, but it's not going to help you win the war. There's a constant battle going on inside your gut. And if this is happening, just taking a probiotic doesn't quite cut it. Now you should. Just a little gem here. Yogurt doesn't do it either. So a lot of these high sugar yogurts that have acidophilus in them, there's so much sugar in those products that they actually cause the bad stuff to grow and makes the problem worse. So just keep that in mind. Okay, parasitic overgrowth, exposures to things like Giardia, Cryptosporidium. There's other bacteria that can really wreak havoc, so we want to make sure we deal with those. Most common things are third world countries, undercooked meat, sushi, contacts with your pets, poor hygiene processes, wash your hands after you go to the bathroom, etc. Yeast overgrowth. In my opinion, yeast overgrowth is the number 1 cause of actual sugar craving. So if you are craving sugar like crazy, then we need to look into yeast overgrowth and just making sure there's a balance. So Candida is the most common. Candida is actually a part of your normal flora. But when the good stuff gets wiped out, Candida takes over, and it can show up as rashes, it can show up as itching, it can show up as sugar cravings, all these other things from a yeast overgrowth. So what are we going to do about it? Here is an actionable plan for you. Number 1, maybe, there it is. Number 1 is stick to a whole food diet. As part of this process, I'm going to give you a 30-day plan. We'll talk about that here in a second, of a paleo diet. So stick to a paleo diet. Number 2, regular exercise. Exercise has actually been shown to improve gut flora, and I don't think it's so much a movement. It is being around other people, but we'll leave that there. Number 3, avoid hand sanitizers. Hand sanitizers actually kill all the microbiome. They kill it in your nasal mucosa, and they kind of kill it everywhere else. It kind of makes me sick when I see little kids walking around with little clips down on the back. They're no bueno. Implement stress reduction techniques such as meditation, sleep hygiene, hot-cold therapy. All these things that can reduce your stress will actually help with this. And then low-level laser therapy. There's a lot of promising stuff coming out on LLT about how it helps with gut, how it helps actually reduce fat. And number 6, what we're talking about here is to implement a biannual parasite reset. So we're going to show you exactly what that looks like, because all the people that come through my doors, I recommend that they do this twice a year. Here's what it looks like. This is our comprehensive parasite cleanse. There are 3 products that we have you take while you're eating a whole food diet, implementing some of those other things that we talked about. But this is what we call ADP. This is a product that has oregano, specifically an emulsified oregano that's a time-release oregano. So when you take it, it's being released slowly over time. Oregano oil has been studied for years. It combats bacterial yeast, but most importantly, parasitic overgrowth. And it's also a very, very strong antioxidant. The second one is this dysbiocide. There's a whole bunch of herbs in dysbiocide that you can see there that are antimicrobial, antiparasitic. So you combine this with ADP. It's going to wipe out those parasites, help wipe out some of the bad bacteria. And then number 3 is this FC Cytal product. Again, these are herbs that have all been shown to help get rid of yeast, support microbial balance, etc. So combination of these 3 things really helps wipe out helps wipe out the bad gut bugs, helps kind of reintroduce these good gut bugs back into your system, and cleans out parasites, cleans out yeast, as long as you do that with a clean diet, and I'll show you how to do that as well. So this is our comprehensive parasite cleanse. All 3 of these products come in one package. What we normally do for the kit itself is we charge $225 for the kit. Okay, and we're going to include a 4-week meal plan that we typically charge $125 for. We're going to give you an inflammation questionnaire. This is something that you go through and you answer, and then you answer it again when you're done. And based off of the symptoms that you're experiencing, you can see how it's wiped out your inflammation. I'm also going to give you access to our digital course on weight loss. There's so much information here. This is something, if you came through my door and you wanted this file, I would charge you $249 just to have it. But our entire metabolic reset program is on that file. You're going to get 1 month of email support from me. You'll have my personal email. You'll be able to send me whatever questions you want during that month. That's something we would charge $349 for. And then lastly, access to our online community. I can't even put a price on this. We have our own online community. It's on a separate platform. This is where we share everything new that we learn. We're always sharing menus, recipes, etc. This is just a great place to be if you're looking to improve your overall health. So if we were to charge you for every one of these things, the total would be $997. But today, right now, we're going to charge $189. You're going to get all of this stuff. It saves you $800. There's a link right below me. Hey, click on that link. It'll take your information, and we will get this kit in your hands. If you're here locally, we'll set up a time to come pick it up. If you are not local to Idaho Falls, we're more than happy to ship it. There will be a small fee for that. But take action on this right now, because if you do it now, there's a chance we can have it in your hands by the first of the year, so you can knock out your New Year's resolutions and give yourself a leg up to getting yourself better in 2024. So that's what I've got for you. Thank you for joining us. I hope this was worth your time. Please click the link below. We'll get you all the stuff you need and get you going in the right direction for 2024. Thank you, guys.